Welcome to HHT TV News. I am Mrs. Alcocer, your principal.
And Mr. Hutchison, your assistant principal.
I'm Mrs. Lewis, your reading and math interventionist.
I'm Mrs. Stevenson, your reading and math interventionist from downstairs in the library.
And I'm Mrs. Blanco, your reading and math interventionist downstairs with Mrs. Stevenson.
I'm Mrs. Rockwell, your reading interventionist.
All right, and we are so happy to be joining you today. And we're joining you with some guests today, so we're excited to have them on. Thank you, ladies, for joining Mr. Hutchison and myself. Good morning to pre-K.
Good morning to kindergarten.
Good morning, first grade.
Good morning, second grade.
Good morning, third grade.
Good morning, fourth grade.
Good morning, fifth grade.
And good morning, staff and parents.
All right, and we have a few announcements for you. And like always, when we have guests on, we'll play a game towards the end. So, Mrs. Rockwell, can you tell us about the weather today?
Yes. Today, May 1st, 2020, the weather is mostly sunny and 96 degrees.
Ooh, that's going to be warm today.
Yeah.
Man, get outside and enjoy the weather today. Because today we have a new calendar for Mrs. Huffine's challenge. So she's got lots of things planned for the month of May. And the first day she has something to do outside. I don't think Mom and Dad would want you to do it on the kitchen floor. Hopefully you don't do it. But draw a chalk obstacle course outside and challenge a friend to try it with you.
That's fun, Mr. Hutch. Thank you for sharing that. If you want to share a picture with us of your obstacle course, and we have real life going on here in our household.
Yes.
I know Mrs. Rockwell is taking care of some grandbabies. I know that at Mrs. Stevenson's house and Mrs. Lewis's house in the background, they've got littles in their homes as well. I've got my own standing right beside me. So, so real life TV for you during our school closure, and she's so ready to be on the announcements, I can tell.
Yes.
Okay, and Mrs. Blanco, who doesn't have any littles, but I know she's been FaceTiming her grandbabies often, and she may have some littles with her today. Do you have anyone with you, Mrs. Blanco?
No, I do not. Not today.
Okay, and if Mrs. Blanco will share with us about our national days.
Our national days will be National Loyalty Day, and then we also have National May Day, National Mother Goose Day, practice some Mother Goose rhymes, National Chocolate Parfait Day, yummy,
I'm going to head to Dairy Queen and get me one of those.
and National Law Day, this is my favorite, National Principal Day, and that's we have a shout out for Mrs. Alcazar. She's a wonderful principal, and we're so blessed to have her.
She's the best.
She is. Then after that, we have Service Banner Day. We also have National Space Day. And then we have a National Lunch Hero Day.
Thank you, Mrs. Blanco. Yes, and Mrs. Stevenson.
We want to give a big shout out to our lunch heroes in our own cafeteria at Highland. They have still been working hard in the cafeteria to get y'all lunches and get them sent out so that you can keep on eating and not have to miss out on any meals without them. So big shout out to all of our lunch heroes in the cafeteria. So if you see one, tell them thank you. If y'all have pictures of them, send them to Miss Alcazar. I know she was wanting some. So keep your lunch heroes in your thoughts, and we will give them all the thanks we can.
Absolutely. So boys and girls, if you'll join me in a round of applause for our lunch heroes.
Yay.
Hey.
Okay, and we have some birthdays coming up. So today for May 1st and then over the weekend, Mrs. Lewis.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Vega. It's Mrs. Vega's birthday today, our wonderful first grade teacher. And tomorrow, great day to celebrate on a Saturday. Christopher and Madison Ray. Awesome. Happy birthday.
Tomorrow is also Mrs. Sell's birthday, so happy birthday to Miss Sell as well. Happy birthday, Miss Sell.
And I'm so excited because you're my birthday twins. It's going to be my birthday. So I'm going to celebrate right along with y'all.
Yes, happy birthday, Miss Lewis.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Lewis.
Yes, happy birthday to Mrs.
Birthday.
And
Thank
the
y'all.
girls as well. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. How special that you can announce your own birthday here today.
I know. I'm going to make my own cake today too. Chocolate cherry.
The life of quarantine, right?
Right.
Okay, boys and girls, like we said, we're going to play a game today. So, if you don't have paper at your house to do this game, and I'll show you kind of what you need to do. There are so many options around your house if you look closely. So I found an old envelope, so I could turn that over and I could write on the back of the envelope. There was a top of a box that I had as well. And with your parents' permission, you could cut it off and use that as a blank sheet of paper too. So this was the box. You could use the back of a receipt. I don't know if you've left your house to buy anything lately, but you could find an old receipt and use that as a paper too. And then we also have, if you have a cereal box, I just cut this one apart with some scissors. And so I have lots of space to write in my cereal box here. And here's the other half that I could actually save for later. So lots of options there. Mr. Hutch has sticky notes there at his house. And I know the rest of our guests have something to write on as well. So we actually are playing a game with initials today, and it's the initials of all 6 of us. And so I've already written them down, but in your house, you could use our initials to play this game with us now, and then you could play another round and use the initials of anyone that's home with you or anyone that you know or you love. So for all of us here, we've written our initials. So Hutchison, Blanco, Rockwell, we've got, doing this backwards, Stevenson, Lewis, and then Alcocer. So we've all written our first initial, and I've written middle initials for everyone as well. So we can go through and maybe tell everyone our middle names or our middle initial, what it stands for. All right, Mr. Hutch.
Really, mine's E for excellence.
George Excellence Hutchison.
No, it's Everett. It's Everett. Everett.
All right, and Mrs. Blanco.
My middle name is Martinez.
Thank you. And Mrs. Rockwell.
Oh,
And hers is
let me unmute her real quick. All right, Miss Rockwell.
She's unmuted. There she is.
My middle name is Sue.
Thank you, Mrs. Rockwell. And then Mrs. Stevenson.
My middle name is Renee.
Thank you. And Mrs. Lewis.
A for adorable.
Love it.
Mine is Ann.
Ann. Is it Ann?
Ann.
Awesome. And then my middle name is Leah. Leah. So I've written everybody's initials. So if you need to borrow any initials, you can. So vowels are the way that you're going to create your list of words. So now that we have everyone on our screen, the initials written down, now we're going to give everybody 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm going to set a timer, and we're going to give everyone 2 minutes to make sure that they have time to write a list of words. So there are a couple ways to score this game. So the game could actually be scored by the person with the longest list. Once everybody shows their list, everybody could also mark out the words they have in common. And then you can see what words you have left. So you can change up the rules according to what you have going on at your house when you play the game. All right. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna start our timer, show our timer, and start our timer on our screen for 2 minutes. And then at the end of those 2 minutes, we'll compare our word list, and I'll keep our initials up so you can use any of the initials here to create a word. And I'll try to keep it real close because I know my screen got a little smaller on everyone just now.
No, it's good.
We have about 50 seconds left. You can see how hard everybody is working to try and create their list. They've got their thinking caps on for sure. Count it down with me, boys and girls.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
2,
1.
Time is up. All right. Okay. And if you needed more time, you can always press pause so you can make your list. But I think we're ready to share our word lists. Are we ready? So if everybody will hold their word list up to the camera, and let's spot, oh my goodness, I told you they were working hard. Look at their list. I see drama on Mrs. Blanco's list. I see hares on Mrs. like rabbits on Mrs. Lewis's list. I see ram on Mr. Hutchison's list. Dab and remember, oh my goodness, it's a long word on Mrs. Stevenson's list. Sled on Mrs. Rockwell's list. So many possibilities. Share with us your word list to see what you came up with. And why don't we score, our score today, yes, if you'll just count up your word list and then show us your number.
Do we get points for like 3-letter words and 4-letter words and 5-letter words?
You know, you could change up the point system very easily because that's kind of how Boggle works. So if you know the rules to Boggle, you could absolutely give yourself more points for longer words. I see Mrs. Rockwell 7, Mrs. Blanco 8, Mrs. Stevenson 17, Mr. Hutchison still counting. He's still counting. You can't count them twice, Mr. Hutchison, just once each for now.
28.
Ooh, oh my goodness.
Oh, it was pretty close between Mr. Hutchison and Mrs. Lewis. Mrs. Lewis is the winner with 30.
Yay.
Great job, Mrs. Lewis.
How's it your birthday tomorrow?
Tomorrow. She won our game today. Congratulations. That was a fun game with y'all. Thank you so much.
That's your birthday present.
Yes.
Yes, I'll take it. I'm excited to play a game. I can't get people to play games with me. They're always off doing something else.
I love board games. I like games like this.
I do
I'd
too.
rather do games like this than play on the computer or a game console.
Yes, it keeps your wheels turning for sure, for sure. Okay, and if you didn't get a score that was that high, maybe you can rewind and start again. And of course, you can always make your own game board at home. That's it for HHT TV News. I am Mrs. Alcocer, your principal.
And Mr. Hutchison, your assistant principal.
I'm Mrs. Lewis, your interventionist.
I'm Mrs. Stevenson, your interventionist.
I'm Mrs. Blanco, your interventionist.
I'm Mrs. Rockwell, your interventionist.
And we are so glad to have joined you today. Thank you for watching HHT TV News. We wish you a great Friday, a happy weekend. And as you work through your choice boards, as you stay healthy and safe in your homes, we remind you to, and say it with us, do it the
Do it the Highland way.
Highland way. Be successful
Every day.
Have a great
Have a
day.
great day. Bye. We miss
Bye.
y'all.
Happy
Bye.
birthday.
Mm.
School Principals Day. So we need to make a special shout out to Miss Alcazar for National Principals Day.
Yeah, we'll leave that one out.
No, that's a good one.
Oh, you're on mute, Miss Stevenson. Here, I'll unmute you. There you go. Oh, you muted it again. Oh my goodness. There you go. There you are.
And I
I'm
miss
Stevenson.
Blanca.